Hey guys, Aaron here. I have another custom knife review for you. This is my Blackwood mini Skirmish flipper. Got this a little while ago, and I figured it was time, now that I've had some time carrying it, to sit down and bang one of these out. So, Neil's a knife maker working out of Lakeland, Florida. He's been around a long time. There are knives out there. If you go back and watch one of Will Moon's videos, he has a button lock henchman, I think, that's like 25 years old. Neil's been making knives for a while. If you search him on Arizona Custom Knives, there are listings that run as far back as 2005, and he has a very, very cool blog, blackwoodknives.blogspot.com or something like that. I'll put it in the notes at the bottom. That dates back to 2008. All of the knives on that blog, I mean, he was good when he started that blog. They're all beautiful. So, with that said, it's pretty fair to say that Neil's been around long enough to really hone his craft in making these. He finishes them perfectly. They are built very, very well. The mini Skirmish flipper, this one, is a modification of one of Neil's older designs. The Skirmish line has been licensed to Benchmade. Benchmade has made a couple of different Skirmishes, and it is one of their more successful and expensive tie frame lock models. They're pretty cool. He's got a couple others. He's done a few other designs. He also has some Boker collaborations as well. The full-size custom Skirmish from Neil has nearly a 5-inch blade with an overall of 11 inches. It's a monster. So you can see why in early 2010 a mini version was prototyped and released. You can read about that on his blog. It's pretty cool. I can see why he needed something that would allow, you know, normal people to carry his knives. This is already, in my opinion, a substantial size knife, and I can't imagine a bigger one. Although I'd love to check one out. The flipper was prototyped and released just about a year ago, so he hasn't been making the flipper versions of the mini Skirm for very long. There aren't a whole lot of them out there. I've owned 2 of Neil's knives, both mini Skirmishes. The first was a non-flipper, which I sold. That was really cool. It had his fallout pattern, you know, re-entry pattern, which was all of this like scuffed anodization and different colors. It had a whole pattern in it, and then it had the clip on it that matched the profile of the knife open. That was pretty cool. I sold that one, and now I have the flipper, which I love. It's great. Some of the things that Neil is really known for is his Nfb Pivot System, which stands for no fucking bearings. If you look, let's see if I can find a good spot for you to see it. You can see in there, they are nylon washers. He runs them all on nylon washers that he makes in-house by hand, which is pretty neat. Most of this knife, except for the screws, I believe, are made in-house by Neil. The pivot is, everything else. I think he just buys the titanium screws. The other things that he's really known for are his overbuilt but functional nature. His pivots are big. Look at the stop pin on this thing. The stop pin is massive. Let me get it to focus for you. It's not focusing. Well, the stop pin is really, really big. Now it's not focusing at all. Bear with me for a moment. I can see it trying. I'm going to stop the video. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I think I have it focusing now. But you can see the stop pin in there is absolutely massive. It's a 3/16 stop pin. Just for a comparison's sake, my Graham GT flipper has a 1/8 stop pin. So it's just big. Some specs on this particular knife. It is a 3.5-inch blade. 3.5-inch bladed knife. It is an overall of 8 inches when open, weighs a stout 6.1 ounces. It is perfectly proportioned in my opinion. I love the blade to handle ratio. I think that with this deep finger choil and the sculpting of the handle, the ergos on it are just awesome. It really locks it in. The jimping on it is very functional but not overly sharp. I think it's a little darker out here than normal, and it is having some issues. But you can see the jimping on there is not overly sharp, super functional. The blade is 1095 carbon steel that's been differentially heat treated, resulting in that hamon there. I love hamons, I think they look cool. Neil did give me the option between a stainless or a carbon steel, and I chose this. So he does do stainless, he does all the high-end stainlesses, LMAX, S90V, all that good stuff. Ultimately, just to kind of wrap this up, this will be a shorter one I think, but ultimately Neil's knives they're excellent. He's been around a long time, he has been making knives a long time, and he's really perfected and honed that skill set. With that said, if you spend any time talking about Neil in any of the major knife forums, you'll find that there has been some drama associated with him. I'm not going to speak about that. I have had 2 dealings with Neil. He's worked on 2 knives for me. Both of those transactions have gone flawlessly. I couldn't complain at all. He was great. He delivered what he said he would, when he said he would, for what he quoted me as far as the charge goes. It's worth pointing out that he regularly makes knives available on his Instagram account or his personal Facebook if you search Neil Blackwood on Facebook. And I will also link you to some of his designs with Boker and Benchmade on Blade HQ. I think there's just the Boker Pipsqueak right now that's in stock, but it's still worth checking out. And if you buy from Blade HQ, by going through my link, you are helping to directly support this channel and allowing me to make more videos like this for you to watch. So, there you go, guys. I hope you like it. Thanks a lot.